Listen, do not tell Jen, my wife, that we're doing this at our house, or she's gonna lose her shit. Or I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch. No, she'll kick me out of the house for sure. I'll be sleeping in the yard or
That's
my
all
van.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's.
yeah.
I mean, you got a comfortable van, so it's all
I
good.
know, I know. Dude, my van is the shit. All right, it's been it's been almost 2 weeks, huh? That we haven't had one.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, on Monday we were supposed to release a podcast.
Yeah.
That would be our usual schedule.
Yeah.
And then Stu was our last podcast. No, actually, Gabby was our last
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
And then Stu before that. Both great podcasts, like really, really good.
Yeah. So, what do you think about? Well, I mean, Stu is amazing. I
Yeah.
think he needs to have his own because he's so articulate
Yeah.
and funny as shit and real as shit.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, I mean, I love. I mean,
he's very direct.
yeah, which I love, man. I think it's. I think we need more people like that. Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's no sort of softening anything.
Hi, Will. Will Torres. He's just.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Willie.
Willie!
Folks, we're live on Facebook Live if you're wondering about
Yeah,
us
so-
talking like this.
I know. So
yeah.
sorry about that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're
hang
good.
on 1 second. I gotta
Yeah.
take off my shirt. Get as hot as shit.
It is pretty warm.
I know I don't wear shirt around much, but okay, here we go.
Here we go. Hope everybody's doing okay with this COVID-19 and self-isolation, etc. Lack of jiu-jitsu, lack of many other things. I mean, we're kind of lucky here in Hawaii that we can still go surfing and
Oh.
jogging, and we have a lot of freedom, but I know other places don't have as much freedom as us.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what. I mean, it didn't really dawn on me until we spent last weekend in the North Shore, house hitting, an amazing couple. Anyway, they're in Utah snowboarding, and I'm sitting here in Himalayas with two other guys, which I've known. So I paddle out, and then I saw Larry, and then I saw Keone, and then third person paddle was Rick, and like we all just started laughing. And we're sitting here Sunday morning. It was just so beautiful. Perfect size. Took it the day before with solid 8 feet, and I got worked. Oh my God. I go, what am I doing? Long story. It was perfect. And I came in, and turtles started walking on the beach. I'm sitting here. I go, man, no reason I don't have this huge itch, to train jiu-jitsu. Because it's like I have this. And I was so thankful. And there was no one else on the beach. It was Jen and I. And, Jen, she swam for like forever. and I hung out. And I'm sitting here and go, wow, how lucky we are. And thank God our governor is not shutting down the ocean, because I think New Jersey and California, and I can't picture you. Like, imagine if you're a surfer. Holy shit. You're going to go out of your mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for us jiu-jiteros not being able to train jiu-jitsu. So imagine, like it would be the same for the surfers, basically. You're just taking away their passion. And ultimately, people are going to break the law.
Yeah, I hope not. But I don't know. I mean, it's like for me, I was just thankful. I have both. And then, as a jiu-jitsu guy, I'm thinking, holy crap. If you are a jiu-jitsu guy right now, right, and you live near the ocean and you're not taking advantage of it, please rethink. I don't care if you swim, dive, snorkel, bodyboard, stand-up, surf. No, stay away from foiling because it's like crack cocaine. So don't do
addictive.
foiling. Yeah, Peggy. Hi, Peggy, my high school crush. Anyway, so you know what I mean. And I'm sitting here, I go, wow, you know what? These guys, please, and all you guys in Hawaii, are you kidding me? Right? Jeremy, my hero. Yeah, Jeremy from Wahiwa.
Okay.
Good. Jeremy Nita. Guy serves, and he's amazing on the mat. And he has both. And I'm sitting here and go, yeah, that's the deal. You got to have, if you live here, that's, hopefully after all this is over, Actually, you and I were talking about that earlier, right? We're talking about like what's going to happen to all of us. Hi, Cindy. What's going to happen to our society, when this is all over? And no one really knows. But I'm kind of, me, I'm always like super optimistic and hopeful,
No, I mean, look, it's a trying time for everybody, but ultimately we're all in this together. And I'm very optimistic. I'm kind of, back in my past, I've panicked over things that I can't control.
Yeah.
And I think, taking a lot of advice from you, where you're like, you can't do anything about something that you can't control. So what's the point in getting upset about it? You know, it's out of your hands.
Right.
And this is completely out of our hands. Hopefully you've washed those hands.
Giles. Hi, Livia. Sorry, Arb. Sorry, Brett.
I mean, hopefully you've washed those hands. But yeah, I mean, so, you know, we just got to stick to the rules, you know, social distancing. I mean, here we are. We're almost 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, you know, but neither of us have really been going out much, so we're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna confess, because we can't lie here, right?
Okay.
So yesterday was the first day since we started this whole thing that I did not leave the house. Literally did not leave the house.
But the thing is, though, like, in Hawaii, we still have a little bit of freedom, so it's different. You know, we got to go to the grocery store. You know, we're not going out and doing frivolous things that, you know, that we shouldn't be doing. You're not going, I don't know, to go look at surfboards. You're not going to go look at surfboards at a surf shop or go buy clothing, you know, like frivolous things that we don't need to do. We're doing the essential things, and we're going surfing, and in the water, like, not many people are very close together.
Right.
You know, you're just hanging out, and you're getting the sun, and you're getting the vitamin C.
Well, it's the first day, man. Today was the first day it's been sunny, right? Because like all week's been raining and drizzling
it's been
and
so
cold.
miserable.
Yeah, and I woke up this morning and I saw there was no wind, right? And I checked the surf report. It was like, what? 3 to 4 feet. And I text Jose. You know, he's been wanting to learn how to surf. Let's go. 9 o'clock, be ready.
You took him out a 3 to 4 foot diamond head?
Yeah, but we got there. It was like, oh my gosh, way bigger set. Outside set's like easy 4 feet.
Okay.
But it was perfect. There was no wind, and it would just come in like the direction was like perfect. It's like A-frame peaks. So I told Jose, stay here, don't go there. So I told him, you know, in surfing, you got to be triangulate. You know, you got to figure out a point of reference, one on land and one parallel to land. So you know exactly. So I told him, whatever you do, this is your kind of lesson number 1. Hi, Ken. And, you know, that's the deal, right? Sure enough, I paddle out, catch one way, I look back, he's like nowhere to be found.
He's been claimed by the ocean.
Yeah, and then like 40 minutes later, I see somebody sitting on the beach, and I go, oh, that's him.
Oh.
I was selfish, man. It was so good. So I stayed out. Hi, Anta. And, yeah, it was like 4 of us.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
we served mansions, you know. I mean, it was pretty perfect at Cliff and Lighthouse. Well, that was all the crowds were. But everybody's super happy right now, to be honest with you. Like, the vibe in the water was so good.
I mean, you know, but then again, you know, we're talking about Hawaii. You know, we've got to think about our brothers and sisters on the mainland, you know, the East Coast and the West Coast and everything in between that, you know, unfortunately don't have the freedoms. But what has been pretty awesome is the online jiu-jitsu classes that schools are offering.
Yes.
I mean, I saw the one that Gracie Technics set up, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. Aubrey was talking about the one that Gracie Baja are doing, which sounds amazing. So there's that, and there's all these like these things that people are doing online and taking advantage of the online medium, which is it's so crazy. Like we were forced into it.
Well, it's funny because I think a lot of time we blame social media for everything, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's really about, like anything else, you know, a gun don't kill people, right? Drugs don't kill people. It's the people who text that shit, put it in your body. You know, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a tool. It's just all about how we see that tool.
And we got to use it for the greater good. Like I think that it can go both ways. You know, you can create like the internet trolls can have nothing better to do, and just troll and just be nasty.
But that's where they are inside.
No, it's true, 100%.
Right. So all that is, they're just voicing their you know, whatever, their hurt, their crap. That's all it is, right?
Yeah. But I mean, so we're gonna try and like expand on trying to just stick with us on this. We're gonna try and do the podcast remotely, where, you know, we call in through Zoom and then record it on the podcast. Bear with us. It might take a minute to work out the technology side of it.
Oh, we stayed doing bread for a little while.
But, you know, like
you can go to sleep on us. You can just easily go to sleep. You know, we'll put you to sleep.
But, you know, like just get some guests on through Zoom. Just try and work it out. I mean, one thing we've been trying to do, or we should do, is that we've had everybody on that's from Kaikoa. Right. We've got to have Aubrey on.
Well, when he ever come back home, he can.
No, but we can do through Zoom.
Oh, through Zoom. Yeah. We still have Cliff. and Jeff.
Well, Jeff's done
And-
his kind of.
And Joe, no, not really. No, that's not. Yeah, you want. Now he's a dad, so you want to have him come back for sure.
Yeah, that's true. But
But I think it's important for us. Sometimes I don't think people realize that when you go back and look at your own Facebook page and go back to the beginning of time and do like a little self-review, and what are you saying to the world? What is you saying to your family? What are you saying to your friends? And whatever that voice is, I hope it's authentic, it's honest, and hopefully it's just positive or questions or sharing. I think it's a space. And I think right now, that's what we're seeing right now, like, because we can't do anything else. And it's funny because our deep desires as human want to be connected. We want to feel that energy close to another human being, because I think that's what almost feed us, kind
yeah, I mean, it depends if you like to socialize.
Esquilo. Yeah.
That's, but if you're someone that's naturally sort of agoraphobic.
That's a college word. What the hell that means, dude? What is that? Phobia of what?
I think, okay, it's either a fear of outside or a fear of crowds. I'm going to Google this shit because I might have fucked up.
Dude, you can't use that without knowing.
No, I've used it before, but I couldn't remember what it was.
But what I love right now during this whole crisis, this is how family can stay connected, and especially the one who lives so far away and everybody talks to one another to this amazing tool. So I think a lot of time we also trash social media because, like anything else, it's like there's fast food in the world and there's healthy food. Same thing with social media. There's crap out there, but if you want to go that route, go get, go, no right or wrong, do your thing.
Yeah.
But there's also, there's TED, there's a lot of amazing things out there on social media that I go to, because it's like, okay, it reminds me of how I should live, remind me how I should behave, all these wonderful things.
No, 100%. I mean, the one cool thing that's coming out of this is that, look, you're stuck at home, you got nothing else to do, learn a new skill. There's so many online classes that you can do and learn something new. Who knows? Like you are literally stuck at home. You got to do something, otherwise you're going to go crazy, right? So just learn something new. I signed up to Skillshare, which kind of can pretty much help you. You name it. You type it into Skillshare, and they can teach you how to do it. So using that for video editing, even photo editing, how to do photo shoots.
So what are you doing right now? You're actually
Skillshare.
taking class and shit?
Yeah, just on Final Cut Pro and learning Final Cut Pro and Audition, which is what we use for editing the sound on the podcasts. I always reference it, but now there's time to sit and actually practice it.
I mean, when I hear you talk about learning and all that, it's like, fuck. That's going to be my second thing to do, because right now Jen's got me on the cleaning list. Look at the windows, dude. Look at the windows.
It's so
Seriously.
it was really so bright in here because Dewey had cleaned the windows, but then we closed the curtains.
Yeah, no, because anyways, but it's like, so I'm cleaning. So I have a whole list from her, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm packing orders and everything else, and then I got a bunch of books I want to catch up, and then after that, I want to learn Japanese so me or Yoji can start rapping.
Dude, 100%.
And Portuguese. I figure, Jiu-Jitsu, that's the birthplace, so I might as well go there.
It's funny you said that.
It's a beautiful language.
Yeah,
too,
it's funny you said that because I was thinking about learning Portuguese as well.
Ted!
I mean, because, I don't know, we do meet a lot of Brazilian people.
Yeah.
And just out of respect thing, just to learn a different language.
Yeah, but I think Sada, says it the best. Sada go, hey, you know what? I mean, you're part of the roots of your company brand is Jiu-Jitsu, and it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think that's exactly what you say. We should pay homage to it and learn. And I think it's just a beautiful language.
Yeah, it's actually
when they
it
speak,
is
it's
really
like
beautiful.
I don't think they. It's like they sing, like it's like all over. Josiane, bonjour, hi Claudia. You married to Superman. You know what I mean? So like it's yeah. But right now I gotta clean.
Yeah, that's I mean, like same from Aimee and myself. We're just kind of just chilling and kind of we haven't hit the point where that we're like gonna go crazy, but I can kind of see it happening.
Yeah.
And so we've got to get out. Like the weather's been so crap lately, so that we haven't really done much. But yeah, cleaning the house, and we're out there saving stray cats and getting them fixed. And
Did you ever put some back there or no?
no.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
only ended up trapping one, and we kept him, and then he went out the next day
Okay.
to get fixed and stuff. So.
Okay. So he's okay. All right. Hi,
So-
Mayu.
But like
Love
we
you
thought,
too.
our plan was to have like 4, but we only ended up with 1, and he was
Yeah.
silent. He
Mhm.
didn't make a noise. So yeah, so it wasn't much of an issue. But thank you.
You know, when this thing started, were you worried at all? Or did you have like, you're like, I think we're a little overreacting? 'Cause that was my lens.
No,
Because
I mean,
I don't really like freak out on like few things I freak out in life, but you know, I was thinking, no, and now I'm like, okay,
I mean,
pretty darn serious.
I didn't take it super serious. Like I was like, again, because out of our control. You know,
Yeah.
like okay, this thing is developing. Okay, it's getting worse.
Yeah,
But the thing is, the worst part about it is the fake news.
yeah,
There's so much fake news out there that
Yeah.
you don't know who to believe. And then Jeff said it best. He's like, if you're not getting it straight from the source,
yeah,
from the CDC and things like that, ignore the rest of the bullshit. Turn off your TV. Turn off the news.
yeah.
You know, I find myself looking every day at the
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah.
What is that going to do? How is that going to help? Besides, the only thing that I'm kind of interested in is seeing if there is sort of a turning point or a flattening of the curve, so to speak, which they talk about so much.
Yeah.
And then it started to get super serious when, they're talking about shutting things down and travel and et cetera, et cetera. And then, after that, then it was like, okay, now we've got to take it super seriously. I mean, I don't know. It's just such a crazy time to live in, 2020 has really been a shit year.
Really?
Well, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But, the thing is,
have-
I think, the economy's in the toilet, but ultimately everybody is in the same boat. Everybody's struggling. People need to understand if you can't pay bills. I think that's the key. I think what people are stressing about is survival.
Yeah.
But what I've seen through this, and this is one of the coolest things that's come out of it, is everybody, you've seen the ugly side of people,
Yeah.
hoarding toilet paper,
Yeah.
buying out shelves,
Yeah.
raising prices on cleaning products.
Yeah.
Fuck those people. But then I've seen like super positive things too, where people are coming together and they're helping out their community and they're like offering to shop for the kapuna, the older people, that kind of thing. And you're like, that kind of sort of makes you feel good about humanity again.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, bad news always sell, right? That's been like that forever, right?
Yeah.
So I go back to what do I see empirically? Do what I see and witness? And so far, I have not known anyone that hoard toilet papers. Not even one person that I know. Zero.
No, I should have
Right,
shares in
yeah.
the brand Tushy, because
Yeah.
I've been freaking pushing that damn
Mark. Yeah.
that butt sprayer thing
Yeah.
pretty hard.
Yeah, but it's like, but also it's like, I know a bunch of people are not hoarding. A bunch of people
Yeah.
are sharing things. So for me, physically and personally, I see more goodness.
No, absolutely. But
like you too. Who do you know is hoarding toilet paper right now?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. So for most of us, we're not like that. But however, that sensationalism for those few, whatever, fearful human being, whatever, they go there, and then everybody draft, and then for those who are, whatever, and they draft to that fear, and they get on that fear bandwagon, and that's the worst thing we can do right now, right? I think.
yeah, there was actually a really cool thing that somebody sent to me, and it was a guy it was like a video that he'd done, and he was rapping, and he was like listing out all these symptoms, and he's like, this is not the virus that we're talking about. This has been around since way before the virus, and what I'm talking about is fear.
Yeah.
And that was the number one thing that is being created, is fear, and using fear to scare people.
Yeah, but I think as a society, it's almost like we've been, Oh, yeah, I'm losing my, my headphones here. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Oh, we're good? Okay.
No, we're fine. I
now
can
we're
hear
good.
you.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to stop and think, where did fear arrive? And I think a lot of these things are, excuse me, is a learned process, right? So think of us as a child. We're young. You don't do this. There's fear of punishment. Like it's like, so we instill fear to shape learning. So and we also instill fear when we get to workplace. So it bleeds everywhere. You know, it bleeds everywhere. So think about it. Like, oh my God, most workplace lack effective leadership. So fear and dangling carrots are the two things. So we've been driven, oh my God, you don't have a college degree, you're going to be nobody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? Like fear, oh, what? You're not an executive? You're nobody. And then, so we create all this, so it's almost naturally, it's almost, it's like a ghost, we carry subconsciously with us. So things happen, that ghost comes out first.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, yeah, growing up, like you were told you had to go to college, you had to go to university, otherwise you'd amount to nothing. And then people that are plumbers and trades people, well, I'd love to have learned to trade. I mean, okay, I love photography. And
at least you're great at something. I
well,
can't do shit with my hand except paint.
but then like, imagine like, but everybody, you're not going to be like an amazing artist from the beginning. If somebody taught you how to weld when you were younger, maybe you're going to be an amazing welder, that kind of thing, like that kind of trade, like, because that was looked down upon back then. Like if you did welding, or if you were an electrician, or if you were a plumber, it was like looked down upon, like you were scum.
Yeah, but it was the shift of America become industrialized. So we build factories, right? So factory replace all these things, and be a worker at a factory, become a manager. There's much more romance and titles and prestige and all this stuff, right? Versus being, a leather maker or whatever. But you look at Europe, and that's one thing I love about Europe. Everybody's so proud of their craft, from a shoemaker to the bakeries to whatever. Hi, Cheryl. Like all these. And I think we're going to bring that back. When I was in high school, man, we learned mechanic, wood shop, welding, like home ec. We learned how to balance a checkbook, right? That's my experience in high school. And I watched Nick and Gabby and Josh go through it. It's like, what? And now today I have no idea.
No, 100%. I mean, we did woodwork. I wish I'd been more passionate about it.
Yeah.
Because now I love to work with, make things.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you still can.
No.
Now you got a lot of time, but you gotta go
true,
find
especially
work.
right now. Well, no, the hardware stores are still open because it's considered an essential business.
Right.
But I mean, whatever, it's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, so Dewey, I wanted to touch on something while we're like in the middle of the podcast, but we were talking when we had the group call with everybody from Kakoa, and we were all talking about putting money into a pot, and how I think that everybody should kind of think about this as a collective, within your own group of people.
Right.
What you said, like $50, $100?
Well, I think it's all up to the group.
Yeah,
it just depends,
you decide on the amount.
You decide the amount. So the way, I was telling my children, I was telling Nick and Tay and Jen this on a Facebook call sometime this weekend. I didn't realize the journey from Vietnam to America has imprinted so much shit in my head. I was 11 years old, so the whole journey until now, it was like I didn't know all those experiences shape who I am today. Here's the reason why. I watch the news and people freaking out with toilet paper, and I'm going, oh my God, toilet paper. What is that? We grew up in the country. If you've been in Asia, there's a little pot, a little hole. You go, you squat, and there's a little, like almost like a pot of water, a little bucket with a wooden ladle, and that's your thing, So it's not a big deal, And food, I go, wow, we had no food as an immigrant forever, So it's like, I look at my cupboard and I haven't shopped at all, So I went in, look at the cupboard, and I go, what? I got enough food to last a lifetime. And Jen, oh my God, Jen's 10 times better than I am. So we didn't do shit, And then just realizing that I can function so minimal at where we are, so therefore everything else is like, well, cool, whatever. So that I didn't get all that at all, And then the fear thing, oh my God, things I've heard, things I've seen, things I smell. Yeah. Those are really hard imprints, like major PTSD shit, which I didn't realize. But everything else to me is like, okay, we still live in the greatest country on earth. We still have electricity, right? Look outside our window, right? You know, so it's like, it's still America, guys. It's still the baddest place to live, dude. You're South African, you're sitting here. You know what I'm saying? So together, I just figure out, like, you know, I think, like, my personal experience been, I love the people in this country. I always have. You know, I always say, fuck, I wouldn't be here. You know, so but also my personal experience, just like you say earlier, I see no toilet paper hoarder. Everyone I've been in contact with, for majority of them, 90% of the people I know, a phenomenal human being. Great human, just good. You know, they want the same thing you and I, you know, shelter, food, love, connection, all that shit. So I'm saying, shit, I think after all this is over, I think there's a new awakening for our country and our society. And I'm hoping that is because now you have so much time. If you don't take this time and look inward and re-question everything about your life, your career, your love, whatever that is, boy, you're kind of missing the point.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So I'm thinking, if we take all this time now doing yoga and whatever, get our energy out, and then we stay in this confinement and we look at the people that we love, or at the fake relationships, look at the people and go, oh my God, I hung on to this relationship, this marriage too long. I'm doing this because of fear. So I believe all this time together, quietly and alone, it's going to bring a lot into resolution.
No, 100%.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be so awakened that we go, wow, how did we survive for how many months now without that fancy fucking label? you know, with Frappuccino, with whatever that is that you order. Jonathan, I love you too. Hi, Brenda. Renee, happy birthday, man. He was on the phone when you walked in. My childhood, my first real American friend, and he turned 57 today. Anyway, so, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck. I think we're going to realize that we're not going to eat that much shit. And I think corporations are going to go, well, you know, productivity didn't lose that much. So here we are. We might have a new, like, awakening corporate America. You know, I'm hoping that people go, hey, you know, maybe you should work from home more, because all this shit went down and here we are. So maybe there is a blessing come out of this whole fucking shit, you know?
Oh, no, I 100% think so. But, like, what I wanted to expand on, which is what we talked about, was that part that to help people in the group. And
the money. Oh,
yes,
yeah. Okay.
I wanted to kind of expand on that.
I got lost track with the whole immigrant thing. So the reason I mentioned the immigrant thing was, I asked my mom recently, I think last couple of years, because I kind of didn't know much of my mom background. So I asked her upbringing and all that. So part of the story she shared with me was how she'd be able to feed 7 kids when we first came to the country. So I guess in Vietnam, in the rural area, they have this thing called Hui. So what it is you got a bunch of women together, a bunch of family together. Let's say you have 10 family in a neighborhood. Everybody pitch in $100, right? So that's $1,000, and they just rotate. This week I get 1,000. Next week you get 1,000, and so on and so on. So everybody. But $1,000 does not mean that much. But $1,000 for that 1 week, for that 1 month, think about it. It changes everything. You know, you can pay your bills, you can buy food, you can do whatever that is to get you out to that little emergency. Hi, JC. Hi, Kim. You know what I mean? So we, you know, we at Kakoa just had our first kind of a Zoom call with everyone. So we got all together. And Andrea, she's a social media manager, but I don't call her that. You know, excuse me. And she's a culture soul gatekeeper. You know, her job is to make sure that Kakoa don't become a douchebag company. Because her voice right now that you see, it's her voice. I no longer edited them. The letter that went out that I post, people thought it was me. I go, sorry guys, it's not me. Hi Manny, congratulations. You know, it's Andrea. So everybody have an opportunity to make a huge chunk of change, you know, by putting small thing in. And what my mom did was, the moment I get that money, I put the money aside for the next week or next month, because I know I need to come up with that and go, that's how we live. forever. And because we didn't know anything about welfare, no one knew. It was until another Vietnamese family told my mom, go, hey, they have these things in America called welfare. You should apply. But that's so, I mean, I think you're beginning to see that in America. And like, there's a company, I believe, I think it's called Gravity, I think out of Washington. And I think they do, I forgot the CEO name, but I read him and I go, yeah, this is what's needed in America. So what he did was he realized he has enough cash to last about 4 months or 6 months, to keep the employee at the current rate that we are. Enough cash to last for 2 months, right? With the current cash they have. The business lost 50% of sales because they were in the credit card processing payment business. So I thought what he did was really cool. He pulled everybody together as a company and go, hey, here's the truth. Here's how much money we have. Here's our expenses. So I'm here asking you guys, what do you want to do? So everybody came back and they go, okay, I don't need this much. I need this much. And now they have enough to last them 8 months. So by that time, they're hoping that we have a solution for this and business be back to normal, And when I see that, I think that's got to be, catch on fire like the flu. But that's what I'm saying. I think by the time we're all done with this, hopefully we have a new business model, the whole new entrepreneurial mind thinker, And I love them. Like I'll call them. I think Mark Cuban says something. I forgot. It's called a type of capitalism. I forgot what to call. But I call it conscious, entrepreneurship or conscious capitalism.
Because ultimately, like, if you can survive on $5,000 a month for now, but you're getting paid $10,000 a month,
yeah,
you could say, well, just pay me $5 for now until this agreed date, and take the rest of that money and reinvest it somewhere else that will continue our business, or help somebody else, or that kind of thing, basically.
Yeah. And back to our conference call, Zoom call, Andrea was so worried because for the first time she met her landlord and the guy flew in from overseas. And then, he put all these stipulations. Then he told her we might sell the place. And she just moved in here, her and her boyfriend. And here they are, don't know if they're going to have a place. And the worst part is she works for a nonprofit. And right now, nonprofit, I imagine, be the first one not get any more money because they live on the soulless goodness of humanity and also businesses, right?
Yeah. That's what kind of we came up with that idea. Well, not that it's an original idea, but from your past, and you kind of mentioned like everybody agrees to put a certain amount in a week, and we just allocate the pot to whoever needs it the most.
And I guess it's not so much of the tool, but it was the attitude. Like all of us sitting here. And even Jeff jumps in. Jeff's got a new baby. Goes, I still got a job. I can definitely pitch in. And I think that whether we do or not, but knowing right now that the person to your left and to your right, your coworker or your neighbor or your jiu-jitsu buddy have your back. That's everything. That's what's going to make you sleep a little bit better at night.
Yeah, and bring everybody closer together. Ultimately,
Kiku, I love you. I miss you.
Because the thing is, we don't. We live above our means.
Yeah. Well, I think again, it's that comfort zone. But America is about comfort. It's the white picket fence and the whole nine deal. That's the vision of happiness. It's like suffer until you turn 62, then you retire, then you can live your life, and then after that you might have your health because you've been stressed and work out like crazy, and then in your time and you can barely walk. But I'm super optimistic, like I said, but I think there'll be a lot of changes, among everyone. And I think, I think hopefully corporate America begin to look other places, other country that's, that has work-life balance, and therefore, I know, Brett. I deeply believe the solution for America is build small community, bring communities back, bring old neighborhood back. Bring back what all of us had, our grandfather had. Bring that back and all this shit will go away. The drug abuse go away. All this shit go. At least it won't go away, but the percentage will be a lot less. Seriously, that's all we need.
I mean, one thing that I've seen come out of all this is support of small businesses. You know, we've pushed that so hard, where, you know, support small businesses, small restaurants. We know restaurant owners. We know small business owners. Kakura is a small business, you know, and to see everybody still supporting.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of places, I mean, a lot of companies have like discounted their goods massively to, you know, I mean, granted, maybe they're sitting on inventory too.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of it, but it all helps. It all helps
Yeah.
us, you know. You know, there's a company here called Keep Hawaii Cooking Instagram page.
Yes.
And they it was a bank.
Yeah.
I don't have it up in front of me, but basically they paid half of everybody's meal, takeout meal from a local business,
Wow.
participating businesses. And they did, I think by today, April 1st, they did 10,000 meals.
That's amazing.
And I'm not too sure if they're going to continue it, but I think they are because that health food company that Rod is a part of,
Okay.
the one that
Clean 808.
Clean
Rich.
808,
Yeah.
they are a part of the Keep Hawaii Cooking thing
Yeah.
now. So you can get, you know, you
I
pay
think Jason too, Bamboo Catering, Jason from HNL. Yeah, I think he's part of that too.
So,
He
I mean,
also
if you-
own a
if you
catering
spend-
business. Yeah.
you know, you spend $20 on dinner,
Yeah.
they're going to pay half, so you're going to pay $10 and you support local businesses.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. That's like one of the most insane things I've seen come
Yeah.
out of this. Like I was like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, like, or thank God that it's, you know, somebody higher power, whatever that is, you know, Elise was up in January and all of us got together. We decided, you know what, we should just shut this door because, you know, this mall is dying, blah, 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 you know. And then this happened and we're sitting, you know, like, oh God, maybe this is, you know, a blessing in disguise. But when this hit or sales online drop in half too, you know, it's like because everybody's like, oh my God, I don't know if I have a job or not. And then all that. And then, you know, we got on the call and we say, you know what, it's okay because now we don't need much and everybody still have a roof. You know, we all know that if you need a roof, you know where your room is, right? It's
Yeah.
right over there.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so it was so nice to know that all of us are here. And then we got together. What did we say? You know what? Now's the time to be that, just be who we are more, because we don't have to store people can touch and feel. But now we got to tell that story online. And Joe created that little thing. It was amazing.
Yeah, so much amazing feedback.
You know, it just, but it's like now is the time to come together more than ever. You know, and I think, you know. And I think we're doing it. I think we really are. You know, just don't get caught up in the press and all that bullshit. Hi, Max. Love you too. You know, negativity's always sell, right?
No, you're right.
So you just got to tune out. Just the only thing, if you can get anything out of this damn podcast today, was like just stop observing what you have experienced. Have you experienced a greater good of humanity? Then that's your lens. That's the truth. Not the whatever else is on the news. F that. You know, just go back to that.
Yeah, just live your life.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, ultimately, that's all we can do right now.
Yeah,
and live it to the max. And then, like I say, like just learn a new skill. Take the time to bond with your family. Learn a new skill.
Yeah.
Freaking paint the house, clean the house, fix the car, do that project that you've been putting off forever.
Yeah.
You know, because like I know that's me. I'm #1 procrastinator.
Hey, listen, thank you for everybody who's kind of tuning in on Facebook Live. I wish I can say hi to everybody, but Taylor just came on. Is there any other subject you want us to hit on for podcast?
We have 30 minutes.
And I know a lot of you have not dialed in and actually listened to the podcast. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Apple iTunes,
Yeah,
folks.
I know. Like, you know, tell me you love me on Facebook, but don't tune in and listen to my
Mindful living.
my bambling bullshit.
Dewey, we have about 30 minutes left.
Okay.
Before we max out, we might finish it before then. But
Okay.
You came up with something pretty cool for, like a cool idea for jiu-jitsu schools on
Oh.
Facebook. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So during this time, you know, like everybody knows this already, but knowing's one thing and doing is the other part, right? Knowing is easy, you know, intellectually. Okay. We all know we need each other, right? So we know this. We know this factually. Okay. So then what's next? doing. So if you're a school owner, you have rent, you have expense, you have all these expenses, right? So if you can go to your landlord and find out if there's rent relief, anything you can do, then come back with a total dollar amount just to keep the lights on for the academy. And then you take that and you divide to all the students you have. Because right now, let's say you charge $150 a month and you have 150 students, right? And then by the time you figure all this out, it only costs you really $7,000 to keep the door open, right? And you take that amount, you divide by 150, that is the new tuition. Because that way, the student themselves, imagine right now, all of us are addicted to this stupid thing, right? What's going to happen to all of us?
Well, 100%. You know, like so many people are talking about how, you know, they've stopped paying for their gym or the gym is frozen. And maybe for the bigger gyms, like the big commercial gyms, UFC, all those big commercial gyms, they can afford for you to, you know, freeze your account. But for the mom and pop gyms, you know, the small companies, if you freeze your account or you know, stop paying, they're going to go away. And then you lose that, you know,
Your home.
You lose your home.
That's your home, dude.
You know, and I know it's tough. Like, I mean, I haven't stopped paying for my jiu-jitsu and I won't. But if all the gym owners came together and were like, okay, we're not going to charge you $150 a month because we know that you can't afford that, but we want to keep the lights on and we want to keep the gym going. But would you be okay with $35 a month? Because I guarantee you 95% of people would be much happier paying $35 a month while things are closed over freezing 150.
Yeah, but that's my point. My point
Yeah.
is like knowing's one thing, doing the so together. But that's not the only solution. Mark Lobween from Australia, he goes, "Hey, look, they do a program in Australia that's working." I'm gonna text that out, email that, everybody knows. So all I'm saying, look, if we come work together, we can find ways to be together. You know, and Jim, who didn't treat the student right and didn't create the right family values and create all that stuff, they're naturally going to disappear.
Yep.
You know, academy that has phenomenal values and belief and all that good, you know, all that good stuff, you know, that comes together and make them feel like a home. Family don't leave family. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
no, absolutely.
Like you and I'm telling you, you're going to watch me in diapers. Not really. You're going to watch me grow super old and you're going to watch me die. That's the way it's going to work. You know, and I don't see any other way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just how we are as a tribe.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do short term, but we're very careful who comes into our tribe. We protect with our cost. And that's the way, you know, so if Academy does that, they have nothing to worry about.
No, 100%.
So, hi, Lisa. Lisa, I want to know, can you talk about great things companies are doing in the hard times? I mean, I think before I answer that question, there's two types of company, profitable and non-profitable. So company who are profitable going to have ability to do a lot of great things for their employee versus non-profitable company, right? So company, like I said, let's look at top big threes, right? So you got definitely Chevron. But before that, you probably have Apple, Google, Facebook. It's got to be the petroleum company in there, I'm thinking. Yeah, might be Chevron, Exxon, one of those.
BP.
Yeah. Well, no, American company. I'm thinking, yeah. So somewhere along, so those companies have such deep pocket, they have so much cash, they can have a better ability, right, to go weather the tough times. But I think great company, like whether, to me, great company treat their employees the same when it's good or bad. You know what I mean? They value, they listen to you. When there's profit, they share equally, right? And the executive doesn't drive, you know, $8 million cars and live in $8 million homes and $8 million salary, you know, and all that, you know. Of course, I'm using Patagonia as an example.
So kind of the go-to.
Yeah, you know, and then you have, you know, other companies. So when I say what company do a hard time, it's the same thing. You know, if you're a profitable company and you really treat your employees as your asset, then fuck yeah. You're going to do everything you can. The last thing you're going to do is lay people off because, you know, those things, when you go, I've gone through my life and thank God I did. It brought me here, sitting here right now with you. If it didn't, you know, but that's, you know, if you do that, Not only, I think Mark Cuban said something today, which I kind of want to mention. It goes, Lisa, same thing. This is what he's saying. Company right now, how they act and behave can do two things. A, alienate every fucking customer they have, especially the millennials, right? Or B, holy crap, you're going to build loyalty beyond reason. So now you're going to look at a company who treat their employee like shit, and he literally say, when this is over, your brand is done. Look, that was the quote, you know. And I think to answer your question, Lisa, it's the same thing, you know. So if you truly say, a lot of time, that's why it's hard to deal with public trade company, because they say a lot of great things, but when you actually look at the reality, how they live those things they say, it's not even nowhere near the truth, you know. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, no changes when time. Oh, hang on, I gotta show off. Hang on.
She's stealing the show. I think she's comfortable there. Hey, Missy. Cat just jumped up on the table.
Hi, Karen.
She wants to be a part of the
Julie!
podcast.
Yeah, you know, no one knows I'm a cat person, because I never thought I'm in love with my cat like I am now.
Yeah.
I mean, Kiko was named after my dog, so everybody knows how much I love dogs. But it's like she's my world right now. Every morning, Brad, we cuddle in that hammock, and every night she's on top of my head, on my pillow. Every night. Yeah, I know. Like her belly is like wrapped around my head. It's the best thing ever.
That's awesome.
I know. Anyway, so I think I want to leave. Like, I know a lot of people actually at home and needs like, hi Karen, Perry Yates, books to read, and I thought I got a few books, that I thought would be good. Collectively as a group, let's put it this way: everyone read these books. And all your friends read the books, and all your children read the book, and your brother and sister, oh boy, we can move the world a lot faster. And I didn't discover this book until way much older in life. But when I got this book, and I go, God, hi Stan, I wasted all that money in counseling. I could have just read this book. And it's super easy. It's audiobook, and the audiobook, his voice is kind of monotone, so you might enjoy that, but I'm old school, so I like books. I like to touch and feel the books. Power Now, just got a book, Power Now. They give it to all yoga teacher. Gavi has it, and the same thing. If we can, it's knowledge when you read the book, but without application is useless. Just like we talked about earlier. But if we can just apply that to Mon right now, I think, because the whole idea is how do we keep a whole country kind of calm and cool and collective and still be loving and still have that aloha heart, So by staying in the present, I think that's the key. And for me, it was jiu-jitsu, and I didn't have that. I have the ocean, but I think it's sitting over there. So I go back to this book. There's a bunch of books that I have that I go back to all the time. It's like constant reminder, so my brain, my thoughts stay on track. So, like everything else, it goes off track pretty quick. And that's the book. Okay, anything else you want to talk about? Because Brett's got to run. He's going to go home and bake some cake. By the way, if you don't know this, he is amazing baker.
You're ruining my street cred here.
I know. So next time you come, bring a fucking cake. Okay, next Wednesday. Should we do the same time next Wednesday? We don't know.
Let's see how it goes. But we'll make a plan.
Okay, all right. I liked it because I don't make plans, so this is perfect.
But yeah, I'll bake a carrot cake.
Okay, ooh, that's my favorite, man. Tiramisu and carrot cake.
Yeah,
I'm a tough critic for carrot cake, just letting you know.
You've tried my carrot cake.
Oh yeah, that's fucking good. All right. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
I think we go. We just want to make sure. Hi, my name is Dewey, co-founder of Kiko Collective, and I just want to thank you for tuning in. For all you guys actually kind of jump on Facebook Live. I think we're gonna do this every week.
Yeah, we're gonna streamline it a bit better, and hopefully you can see both of us. We are gonna we did record this one, so we are gonna put it on the Kiko YouTube.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
I just gotta edit it.
Yeah. No, don't edit. Okay,
Well,
maybe
I mean,
you should.
no, I mean, even if I said I didn't have to edit it, I still have to put it together.
Yeah. Hi,
I can't,
James.
I
Hi,
can't
Nima.
just throw it together, you know.
Yeah.
I can't just put it on YouTube.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm really thankful, appreciative. And again, it's like we're trying to get our podcast out to many people as possible. So to do that, because I know what Brett tells me that we need ratings. So if you can go on there, well, don't be fake, please.
On
But
Apple iTunes.
Yeah, Apple iTunes. And just give it a rating and give us some feedback, good or bad. We don't really care. And again, we're going to come back next week. But if you guys want us to talk about anything specific, I'm all in. You know, and
for
any
sure.
question you guys have for us, because normally we end the show with question, but there's no way Brett's going to jump across the table and strangle me. If that happened. But hi, Aramis. So again, thank you. All right. So before we leave, I'm going to take the audience for a little tour of the house.
Okay, cool.
All right. Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. So take us out, dude.
Well, thank you very much for listening. I know this is kind of a new format. We didn't have a guest this week, but I felt like we kind of need to touch base with everybody, with all our fans.
All two of them.
All two of them. But thank you, folks. We'll try and be back next week.
All right. Much love. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Stay happy. Aloha.
See you. Bye-bye.